Hello there. Okay, let me check. Mic check. Happy weekend afternoon. Is the audio looking good? Yeah. Everything looks fine. Cool. So, what we are going to build on this weekend? Yeah, let me check my camera. Okay, definitely there's some delay, but never mind. Probably we can go through that. Anyway, tonight we are going to build another KBD8X, and the switch we are using will be the Zealios switch. So I basically put all the switches in my unbuilt piggy. This is kind of my container now. Yeah, it's not like the best container, but yeah, that's my container for the switches for now. Okay, let me check if there's anything I need to do. Cool, so let's bring the keyboard itself. So since we just built the rose gold version, and today we are going to build the brass weight again with the anodization black. So this is more traditional colorway, if you were wondering. Okay, let me make sure my microphone is not blocking. Hi, OG. You cannot believe currently the unbuilt piggy we're kind of using as a switch holder. Oh, you are in Houston? Oh, Boston, not Houston. I thought you were in Houston. Yeah, I just have to carry over all the loop switch and don't really have a good one. Then I see, okay, I have a piggy. So probably it's easier, and also I have the shift liner under that. What? That's so hot. Do you have even have AC there? I don't think you need AC, right? I mean, you don't really need AC regularly, so you probably don't have it now to solve the problem. So it's similar. You have AC, okay. What? That equal to no AC at all. But for me, I have no AC, so when it's hot, I can only go to my car and get some AC from that. So that's my way of getting AC. Yeah, I think in my area, it's usually very cold. So in general, it's 60 to 70 even in the summer. So coming to California, if you visit my area, don't think about just wearing one t-shirt. You probably need some windbreaker or maybe jacket. In the one conference I participate, held in San Francisco, everyone got a free jacket because nobody knows June or July time in California, especially San Francisco, it's actually pretty cold, so people will definitely get cold. Buy grocery. Wow. Yeah, I think delivery is definitely taking the majority of my grocery nowadays. Amazon Fresh is pretty fast. Sometimes you can order Amazon Fresh in the morning and get something in the afternoon. Yeah, San Francisco is definitely a good place, from both the weather and also how interesting the city is. So I think I like Amazon Fresh. I also like something called Wee. So it's spelled as W-E-E-E. It's 3 E's, yeah. So that's the Chinese market. basically you can get a lot of things that I need. Cool, so we have our wrist rat here. Just kidding. Keyboard as wrist rat. So good. Yeah, I'm not sure. It all depends on like the stock, and I'm not sure if you have one there. So anyway, I don't think we probably need this key for now, since we were lubing switches and using our brass plate, which is actually not on the case. So probably, let's see. Okay, let's get out the switches. Yes. 160? Okay. Now I know how important this command is, so I need to show the keyboard, huh? Cool, so give me some space and time. I will go into show one keyboard and do a typing test. A huge peak. So cut some FR4 plate for my friends. Okay, let me put the case okay, the top-down camera was delayed a lot, huh? So probably I have to like disconnect and connect again. I'm still trying to figure out what caused that. Probably some OBS stuff. Okay, yeah, it's working now. So basically this one, yeah, no delay at all now. I like how this keyboard case is. How nice it is. So I got this artisan from OG. Thank you for the botanical theme. Looking really cute. And I'm definitely running the Sengen layout here. Yes, it went straight to the keycaps I have. Oh, still have some delay. So bad, but yeah, we can still show that. So basically, like the botanical with novelties were so good, and really good match on the EY keyboard with this artisan keyboard, keycaps. So we have the brass weight here, and I think there is a little bit patina, but I think patina is good. It shows the age of the keyboard. Okay, all the pixelation. Huh, what changed since last time I mean not last time, basically sometime I streamed before. So definitely there's some change. Let me check. Okay, have this cable, the other cable. Yeah, maybe it's really about where I plug in the cable. So yeah, look at the back profile and the side profile. Definitely a very unique keyboard. Huh. Okay, really interesting. So that's definitely either OBS issue or what's going on here. Webcam, video capture. Okay, let me just like change the cable where it is. Maybe it's the cable issue. Hopefully this is getting better, but yeah. So after showing the keyboard, let's just do some typing test. So right now I'm built this with the Soho switches onto the PC plate. Yeah, so let me just like open one switches to show you. Actually, maybe two. So underneath, it's the hot swap PCB, so I can give it a try on different switch. And you can see the hot swap PCB is red, and PC will show through that. Okay, the camera is fine now. I bet it's really like the cable or the port. Sometimes it happens, right? Cool. Turn off the music and do a basic typing test. Okay, mod sound. No, you didn't miss the build. So this is for the redemption of showing a specific keyboard. So basically, like, people can just redeem their points to let me show a keyboard that you can find from my inventory. Yeah, so showing off this keycap number 160. Once again, I think this is probably not my favorite, but this is probably the one I will never sell. So it's more like collector part. Yeah, Hazel is my girlfriend. So I'm experimenting whether that's something people would like. So look at our bumper. It's already showing all the red, yellow. So it definitely has some age of it. Yeah, definitely she typed much faster than me. Don't abuse that. That only happened when I finally built the keyboard, not for this specific keyboard stuff. So I think OG see that from all the redemption menu. So you know there's like a redemption menu. Basically you can redeem your points for something. So one of that is the typing test from my girlfriend instead of me. So you can see different perspectives of how different people type. Because you never know, maybe all the nice typing sound is because I'm not typing that fast. Or maybe vice versa, like with some typing tests. So I will not do that for now because I need to save that for the whole keyboard. And additionally, there will no face cam when that get redeemed. So I will save that until the end of the stream. But yeah, record it, we will do that. Okay, so first we are going to test the PCB. Like, because why not? You don't want to just like go straight to solder and having a bad PCB, right? Okay, so test. Hopefully this PCB was pre-flashed with VIR, so don't need to do additional work. Okay, confirm. It's really the port stuff. So right now I changed to a different port right now. The camera just works. You know, secret on my last stream, I forgot to test my PCB before soldering, but luckily everything works fine. And actually at 1 second, I thought I got a bad PCB because one switch not working, but turns out I just forgot to solder that switch. Yeah, really worried about that for a second, but looks like it's working. Everything working. So we got the keyboard and you can see it's on top of the stream right now. Actually, for the weekend, is morning the better time? Or is this time better for people? Because I always wonder. And for myself, sometimes I I will watch stream in the morning on the weekend, because why not? But if I'm watching the stream, I probably don't have the mood to do my own stream, so not sure. So both are not mine. One is, oh sorry, not mine, but yeah, this is for the new client. But definitely, I'm daily on this KBD8X for the past 2 days, and I think I like it, given how like even or consistent typing it is. Like the top mount is not bad at all, but I still like probably a little bit more clacky sound compared to this one. Yeah, I think PC plate is definitely sound nice, but my type could be like FR4 plate or even brass plate, but it's all preference. There's no right or wrong. Okay, so the stabilizers. It took a long way, but we finally built a keyboard with Zeal stabilizers again. And I don't know how much difference between Zeal PC stabilizers and just regular stabilizers. I mean Durock. Yeah, I feel like they look very identical to the Durock. Do people recognize like these are Zeal PC stabilizers versus Durock? I don't think it looks too much different. Yeah, who knows? Maybe it's just rebranded. Maybe they are made by the same manufacturer, but not the different stabilizers. You have clear Durock in your beer. Yeah, I think I'm going to use this one, not the Zeal, but the Durock on my beer as well. Maybe next week I will receive some official beer plate form, so potentially I can use that. Okay, lubing some paper towel. You like the C3 better? Yeah, C3 definitely have better signature on the color, and also it's actually not bad compared to other stabilizers in terms of smoothness. And sometimes if you have like warped spacebar, sometimes C3 stabilizers could adapt to that better, just because how C3 stabilizers had a little bit variant, or maybe let's say the tolerance on bad keycaps. So for the KBD8X, people mentioning if you are using C3, it may work for the 7U, but if you're using Durock, it's not going to work. You like cherry steps? I think cherry screw-in are not that good, but cherry clipping were not bad. So potentially you can use cherry clipping. And I'm not sure for like, some high-end keyboard, a lot of people were using cherry clipping. Is that a meme, or is that for like real performance? But I know you can potentially get from Mouser for bulk price. Like I don't know, like several dollars for dozens, or maybe even 100. You can basically have unlimited supply of stabilizers. I think I accumulate cherry's clipping stabilizers over time, because a lot of keyboard sets provide that, and I don't really need to use it. I will probably reserve or save that for my O-ring gasket mount keyboard. Sometimes you need that. Okay, I see the delay again. Maybe it's not port. What's going on? I don't think I changed anything here. It's really annoying when I have delay here. Oh, back Nico's back in stock. I know a lot of people want to get that. For me, I already went over the hype of that and tried it out, and now I know okay how the O-ring gas mount feeling. And I'm not sure if I like that on 60%. It's a little bit too bouncy, and I don't think I should add any foam. But the last time I feel that bouncy, it's on my polarized. Yeah, that's a 60%. So I'm trying to build my F1.8X someday to try the O-ring gasket mount done by Geon works. So we can see how that changed differently. Yeah, maybe I will not like it, but I know I can still build that with plateless kit. So maybe that will save the F1 for me as well. But we don't know, maybe O-ring gasket mount on Geon's keyboard is better than back Nico, because back Nico is like $130. So there's a lot of things that could affect the typing feeling. The case material, the tolerance of the case, the QC of the plate, the stabilizers quality, so a lot of things. Okay, let me try again to kind of reconnect to. Yeah, if you see it dropped for a second, I'm just like kind of reconnecting my camera to the computer. But at least today I don't really see frame drop. So the only thing is the pixelation. I don't know if it's good news or bad news. So I think a lot of people want to get back Nico and try to ask when is the restock. So finally tomorrow. But the question is, can you wait for the next restock if you cannot get it even tomorrow? A lot of people will miss out, like they don't remember the time of getting something, and then afterwards they want to get it again. And the truth is, if you don't remember this time, you may not remember next time. So do you want to pay aftermarket for that? It's a tricky case here. But yeah, never pay like double the price for entry keyboard. If entry level keyboard you pay twice amount, then basically you don't get the entry level anymore. Like a lot of waste money on that. But if you want to get something immediately, quick, 60%, nice keyboard, I think back Nico is definitely the one. But if you already have like at least 2 keyboards, or maybe you already tried high-end keyboard, back Nico is not for you. You will definitely be disappointed by the quality, especially for the case material or case finish. So it's like looking really cheap, feels cheap, and because it's cheap, but it definitely provides much better typing experience than Tofu. So it depends on what are you trying to optimize for. Wait. Okay. Oh, interesting. Yeah, sometimes I just don't understand OBS enough. Sometimes it just stops working well. Sometimes it's just like working perfectly, and I just don't realize what's changed. But definitely like lower bitrate will help. Okay, I need to drink something. Maybe after finishing this batch of stabilizers. Hey, good afternoon or good night on the weekend. Cannot believe tomorrow is the new week again. Yeah, the short week is definitely something enjoyable, but it also makes the weekend going faster. How would you describe FR4 material? I think FR4, if you were trying to get flex, it's not the most flex PCB plate, but definitely flex than aluminum and also like brass. So I like how it provides a little bit of flex on that. But the most important part of FR4 plate for me is the sound signature. So the sound is pretty much like the cleanest sound I can find overall. And it actually like mutes the sound a little bit, so it pairs perfectly with JWK switches, which people find very clacky. So whenever I pair the JWK with FR4 plate, I find a nice balance between the sound and the typing feeling. So for aluminum and brass, they feel a little bit too stiff compared to FR4. And for PC, a little bit too muted for me. So FR4 is kind of right in middle. And another thing about FR4 is you can always get the plate file and cut FR4 plate aftermarket with reasonable price. So for any keyboard that will release the plate file, you can basically get the FR4 plate guaranteed. That's why I have so many keyboards. I will be able to use FR4 plate. That's like kind of my golden standard for it. Do people watch like sports this morning or this noon? I think I watched F1 early morning and also the NBA game just right before the stream. Both games were fantastic. Yeah, a lot of times I rate availability a lot. Very important on my rating. For example, switch. So I think the reason Alpaca switches were rated like really highly on my list is because it's consistently restocked. So you don't need to worry about like missing out these switches or even paying premium on the market. So usually you will be able to find that's in stock. If not, wait for a couple of weeks. Like Prime KB will always restock switch it in a good cadence. Okay, put onto the PCB. So again, we are going to 7U. Let me clean my hand, wash my hand for quick. Okay, just grab a bite of chocolate cake my girlfriend baked the other day. Yeah, really love being working from home for the whole time. So my girlfriend started developing the hobby of baking. Had a lot of chance to had good food, good desserts. I told her if she will be able to do some streaming, that will be cool, but I don't think she's like that kind of person. Yeah, how do you like the rose gold here? I think after looking for a while, it's really showing how nice looking it is. Maybe a little bit too much. I will probably personally prefer a little bit less rose gold. But still, I think this is a good finishing given the price. I don't think there's a lot of keyboard who had rose gold in their offering. And the only rose gold keyboard I got, I will get personally, is the 60% plateless gasket keyboard. So I think that will feel very similar to the Polaris. And I heard like the 7V, people will recommend plateless because it's PCB mount, PCB gasket mount. So I will probably have a try and see how that feels differently. Yeah, definitely. Mostly on the preference, but you never know. Sometimes the color will grow on you, sometimes you will tired of a color. That's why rotating different color keyboard is important for me. Okay, Cyberboard as your main driver. Do you really look at that LED screen to tell the time? Or do you just kill the time by watching whatever it's on that? Make dinner? What are you making tonight? But yeah, have fun with your dinner. Have a good meal. Just pasta. Pasta's nice. Yeah, hopefully I didn't finish very quickly. Just kidding, I don't know. Hopefully everything goes smoothly and I have some time to spare after finishing the keyboard. So when you come back, I'm still here. Yeah, actually like Cyberboard's 75% is pretty good layout nowadays. I feel like I think like 65% is probably still the golden layout everybody will be able to use, but if you need function row, what do people use function row for? Like, is there a lot of keys that you will use on Windows PC? Because I don't think that's the case on Mac. So I don't think I'm using F rows too much. Or do you actually like make macro on that? Or you just like looking good, looking balanced, or maybe just use the function row keys that you already bought from your base kit. Yeah, sometimes like I feel like if I only have the 60%, a lot of keys that I can put are not here. So that's a waste of the key. So with 75%, you can put the artisan keycaps on the place that you will not need to use, which is nice. Because if I put the keycaps like escape key as artisan. I probably have to hit it a lot, and I don't want to wear and tear my artisan. So it's really a debate. But with 75% or even TKL, all the keys that you are not going to use frequently, you can put the artisan keycaps on that. But that only apply with, like, you know, you have artisans, which is basically the rabbit hole that everybody entered and no way back. I kind of start feeling that. Like for the keyboards, time to time you probably still can just like sell something that you never use, but for artisan you will just keep in your collection, put in the artisan box, and never sell any. And if you want to trade, you have to find what you want to trade. Then it will open up your wish list too much. It just makes the rabbit hole much larger. Okay, I think I just passed my 7 days from my second dose, so I don't know how much effective it is, but I definitely feel safer nowadays when I'm picking up the package. Yeah, life feels easier with the second dose finished. But I don't know, people still need to have third dose or future dose in case things going differently, right? So that would be something to watch out. Cool, so we are not going to use any plate form for this brass plate. Look at how shiny this brass plate is. It's not PVD, but it definitely has some coating. Actually, I have another brass plate from KBD8X. You know, it has very different finish. I know, maybe one is the raw and one is sandblast. So you can see one's like kind of reflective and one is pretty dull. Like, what kind of brass plate do people like? Actually, if it's on the weight, I probably prefer the raw looking, or maybe this less shiny one. Maybe this is what people will use to get from the weight brass. But for the flags, not a lot of flags, but with other like flags cut, AI03 made, the plate can still bend. So this one will have no plate form, but it has case form. I think case form is nice to have when okay, the screw kit. You will hear very differently this time, only in case form. So we have like the ZOPC Zealios V2, the strong tactility switches that a keyboard can do. So 7 U bottom, make sure I get it correctly. And let's test some stabilizers keys. Yeah. So what's the build command? Okay, sorry, I think I got a command wrong. It's not 3203, it's actually 3204. Yeah, so this is the correct version. So they feel nice, and I think they sound nice as well. But I didn't really try on a board, so we'll see. But this is the combo clunks and meat for as well. Yeah, technically I loop them. So we will see how I loop the switch. Okay, now the switch testing time. So we're going to use Taro on this keyboard. Not Bingsu anymore, and not trying to get the keycaps from this keyboard because we are going to do some comparison, which is not technically the right comparison. Like they are not even the same switches, and not the same form, not same the plate, and not same plate. So the only thing same is the keyboard itself and also the mounting stuff. So it will be very different. But to be honest, we will see. And 7 use spacebar. Let's see how that goes. Okay, this will be a really loud boy. Getting some switches from another keyboard. Yeah, definitely the clack with the tactile switch on brass plate. When's your last time hearing such combo? I think the brass plate hype was maybe years ago, but it's another time. Yeah, I know. Your Polaris is still the Holy Panda with brass plate, which is just how clack that can be. Sometimes things got back, re-emerge. The trend will always be a circle. I think the cherry switches were not a trend for a while, but then the Vink Black, or even just like in general the cherry switches category, were huge again sometime. Yeah, I'm probably building my BS65 with U40 on brass plate as well. Just because why not? I like how the brass plate looks on the PC case. Yeah, I think on alu or brass, both plates were good for tactile. It's really about the sound signature. I don't think there is anything you want to get from flexible plate when you are using tactile. I mean, sometimes you want, but it's not like on the plate flexible time. It's more like on the either gasket or maybe the whole mounting stuff, so you don't want to get too stiff. But you know, sometimes people want to get very stiff on brass plate. Alu with Holy Boba. Is Holy Boba like more tactile than Holy Panda? Oh yes, actually the ProRes hot swap PCB is en route to me, so potentially we can build that soon. I get my Tomo from Apex for both PC plate default and also alu plate extra. I just don't want to miss the chance of making a classic alu plate. Like, you never know. Maybe one day alu plate will go back. Yeah, no worries. So other than back nickel tomorrow, the next one I mean, like, I'm not getting back nickel again tomorrow, but I'm definitely looking forward to the event itself, like how many people will be able to get there. First O-ring gasket mount entry level keyboard. The next one I'm looking forward to is the not Tomo but Timo V2. That's the 40 or 50% keyboard that's accommodated to the base kit. If you have split space, it will be better. So that one, I think it's like around 2 weeks later, and I probably want to get that maybe as my first, not really first, maybe the first one to keep. Timo V2. Yeah, I don't know even how it's pronounced. Lots of time in this hobby, I don't know how things pronounced because people just type. People don't really read, people just type. Don't read, don't pronounce, don't know. But this is round 2 of that, so I don't think there's any like quality or like production issue or potentially like huge delay on that. So we will see how the lead time is and also what the price is. And I might just get the purple, which is called eggplant color. Maybe they will just prepare for Simon's review, so they can get eggplant rating from Simon. Just kidding. Yeah, I think that's like this eggplant purple color, but I think it's a nice color to match with a lot of purple keycaps I have. And the only other purple board I currently have in GB is again, I don't know how to pronounce the name. I think that's the top choice of, I mean the color choice, top color choice of that keyboard. Don't be too excited. I don't know, maybe it will have delay again. But yeah, you deserve the excitement of Vega, cause it's the best keyboard at that price so far. You know what? I might take your purple one and try to sell my azure color, because I don't really know what keycaps I should put on. but I definitely have enough purple keycap set to put on the purple one. But that may lead to too many purple keyboards for me. But how many is too many? Oh yeah, you want to type on that and sell? How about I build 2 in the stream and you can choose one to try. 47? I thought it's 42. "42 is the answer to everything." Yeah, Karo could be good travel and maybe gaming keyboard. It has a nice RGB. Rama Works keyboard has good RGB, confirmed. "40 keyboards, I don't know. Right now I'm just like laying around the carrying bag. So I spent, I don't know, maybe 200, 300 bucks on carrying bag already. I don't even know if it's worth spending. Since I'm not carrying them anyway, I'm just storing them. But it's too much risk to store them without a carrying bag. I don't think original packaging is a good way to store them and also take them out time to time. So the best way for me is to spend the 30 bucks each to take it as their insurance for the keyboard storing. Okay, so we got all the switches in. 7U bottom, step caps lock. Okay, let me check one more thing. Make sure I don't miss any step from the client. Okay, we have switch lubing, we have stabilizers tuning, we need soldering, 7U bottom. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much everything. So if you have a like shelf, you can keep the keyboard there for displaying, then probably you can keep take 40 keyboard. But if you don't have that, or you have to find a way to get that, then it will be hard. Yeah, the question is, you can have the wood shelf, but do you have place to put the wood shelf itself? Okay, I need to turn on noise cancellation now, so I need to start soldering. Yeah, post the link. People will need to have it. Yeah, definitely need a lot of room. I'm kind of running out of room in my garage even. I'm start putting all the box on the shelf, but I don't have enough time and place to sorting out my keyboards. Bookshelf. Do you still read books? What do you put on the bookshelf? Yeah, I think your lighting on the key display is so nice. The whole world. Don't drop things. Yeah, every time I put things back or take things out, I'm afraid of like dropping things out. That's my afraid. Yeah, polarized so heavy, right? I like the brass plate. I feel like it's heavier than the Vega, but maybe Vega is just like larger, so it feels like the polarized is heavier. But in reality, maybe the Vega is still heavier. Yeah, sometimes it's like about the ratio, the weight to the key ratio. If it's large, then you definitely feel the keyboard itself is pretty heavy. So I bet the Timo V2 will be a heavy keyboard because it has the mass weight under the case. Yeah, dense is the word to describe. I don't think it's 7 pounds though. No keep is 7 pounds yet. Based on my... No, I mean like there's definitely keep with 7 pounds. But I don't know which it is. Maybe the F18X. Yeah, probably 4 to 5, yes. I think Vega is probably 4 to 5 as well. Or maybe 3 to 4. I think one thing I like the brass plate is once you put all the switches in, it won't be much easier to solder them because all the brass plate were kind of straight. So you don't really need to like solder the edge a lot to secure the flatness of the switches. So if the switches were clipped in and you already soldered the switches on the corner, the other switches were usually fine. That's what I like about brass plate. Just easy to solder. Yeah, the TKL keycap is definitely 8 pounds something. I cannot even lift that. It's probably prevent the thief trying to lifting it. And if they do that, they probably will make a huge noise. Get alarm triggers. That board is just so nice. But also it's like a 3000 aftermarket. So have the fortune to build that is already kind of my dream. Yeah, I also want to build other dream keyboard for free if people have that, but I doubt people will ask me to build. Like people who will spend 3,000 bucks to 5,000 bucks on a keyboard probably won't find me to build such keyboard. They probably can easily go Teha and spend 200 bucks on that. And at the end of the day, I don't know the quality difference. But maybe they will get signed by Teha and get those 200 bucks back. Okay, I need to know the secret of the signature of Teha. Yeah, brass plate should be much faster soldering. I think even for the KBD8X, the brass plate is nice. The only thing is it says KBD8X. If it says like AIO3 with the AIO3 logo, I feel like it will increase the price a lot. Because the font of KBD8X Mark II does not look good, and also it does look cheap. Like, who will say your name, the keyboard name, onto the weight? Unless it's called TGR Jane, TGR Alice. Those names with those fonts definitely worth $2,000. But KBD8X Mark II, it's a not good word to put on the weight. So I will definitely say Scarlett has much better typing experience, but maybe it's less premium than KBD8X. But for KBD8X, I would say if you are not rushed to get it, just wait for B-Stock. Yeah, you can see like last time the B-Stock tofu 60% doesn't really do bad job on B-Stock, right? And I think the B-Stock KBD8X is probably around $150 or $250. So it's probably like $100 discount. Yeah, if your girlfriend like that, that means B-Stock is not too bad. And I don't think there's a lot of bad B-Stock case on the market. Usually it's like really just a little bit small scuff on the back. Like you probably won't really see it from top or from front, because those could consider as C-Stock. So if you get B-Stock, type on that, and just looking from front, it's not too bad. Only keeps on display. So that's how nice it is. Actually, I wonder how that rose gold differs from the rose gold KBD8X I built. Is that same rose gold or different? I mean, they are both KBD fans keyboards with rose gold, so I bet they should look similar, right? But I know nothing. Maybe they are different rose gold. Yeah, no problem. Does anyone used up the whole row of solder yet? I feel like I'm keep using that for all the build surveys for several months already, and it's still not seeing the end of it. Technically, I'm really shocked by how heavy it is when the first time I bought it. It's like really dense. So a small roll weighs a lot. Thanks for the sub. I just hate like watching the ads every time I tune in a new stream, even though I was right in that beforehand or maybe in another device. And I want to switch device or switch streamers and have to watch the 30 seconds ads. But the biggest problem is not watching the 30-second ads. I think it's illegal. They were doing louder audio for the ads, comparing the normal stream sound. Because every time I hear ads in between, I feel like I'm probably my ear will definitely stop working if I just like keep hearing that. Yeah, I don't know. At least I know like from the TV shows, if you have some ads much louder than the average of the TV shows, then it's illegal. But I don't know about internet, like the ads for the streamer platform or video platform, whether that's a law. But that definitely happened to my devices or maybe to my Twitch. So I just like try to subscribe whenever I was tired of the ads that I see from one streamer. But I feel like it's forcing you to do that rather than like you truly feel like you want to support the streamers at some point. Okay, let's testing all the keystroke. More about support. Yeah, I know. Like subbing is definitely for showing the support. Okay, let me test. I'm just like complaining about sometimes I want to sub, not because I like truly know the streamer that well that I want to support them yet, it's about like annoying ads that causing me want to support. Not support, but want to sub. But yeah, thanks for all the tips. I'm trying to get some good lighting, but before that I'm start getting to use my monitor to kind of like have a good spread, even spread like lighting for some quick random shots. So I'm still using my phone because I'm lazy, but I probably want to experiment my DSLR for some good photos at some point. But yeah, definitely good tips to start. Thank you to choose me. I mean, I'm always here. Yeah, I don't see like even I'm going back to office, I'm stop this hobby like soon, or just pausing streaming any time, because yeah, my streaming time is pretty on the weekend. Yes. Cool, so I will be right back after I wash my hands. So this is the cube we are building. So enjoy seeing it. Okay, yeah, I feel like this black anode. Yeah, I always surprised about the KBD fans anode. So the other black board I have, I feel like it's a little bit like less dark than the KBD fans black. But yeah, if you compare to the consistency, the KBD fans one has a little bit of shade difference between angles. So that might be it, but yeah, other than that, I see not any flaws and also pretty good smoothness when touching. So definitely a good board for people that if they don't find an option. But definitely not something that you can, how to say that? Like build and be endgame. Yeah, KBD fans is not endgame, but they are definitely the best entry if you enter into the hobby. Yeah, I think people mention like the black sometimes looks like pre-built keyboard, but if you really look in person, in real life, the reflection of the lighting definitely makes this not cheap. Yeah, the reflection of materials are very different between the aluminum anode and also the plastic. So if you were choosing black, you will not regret that. You will not get that like plastic looking if you worry about that. Okay, where is the screws? It's right here. Yeah, the only thing about black is sometimes it's really easy to attract the finger oil. So if you are sweaty hands, the black anode may not be for you. I would recommend some like lighter color. I mean, that's a little bit unfortunate what could happen when you have a black but also sweaty hands. Just don't sweat. Always keep your hand washed when you touch the keyboard. But I know, like, even for normal usage, it may get oily sometime. Yeah, I know for one thing, like, the people who got the black bear, if you look closer, sometimes they have pretty oily surface and maybe some fingerprint or something. It's inevitable, but also depends on the finish. Like so far, I don't think I have like my E7 V2 black prototype attract my finger oil or anything, but I feel like this KBD8X or even like the Vega attract a little bit more than what I want. I mean, I want nothing. It should be like what I expect. So definitely attract more than I expect. Yeah, again, I hate using Phillips for the plate screws. They are just not good because I don't know when I will strip them or when it's enough. Okay, you're back. I think my soldering speed on this brass plate is much faster than the PC plate on Friday with plateform. Yeah, I think the plateform is another thing like makes the soldering slower because there's some resistance whenever you solder, so you want to make sure like the switch were flushed in. But without plateform, the switch should sit tightly on that. So not a huge stuff to solder. Okay, hopefully I don't miss any screws on the plate. Yeah, this brass plate definitely takes less time to solder and screw. With these Zealios switches, it will be day and night difference between the keyboard I built the other day and today. Okay, I don't think it's fully screwed in. Yeah, we'll see if we have some more that we can do. Yeah, after building gas keyboards, people were tired of pasting gasket mount stuff, the strip, and they want to go back to screws. But when you have too many screws to screw in, you will feel bad about that too. Okay, yeah, we still have some gap. Need to just screw a little bit more. And I don't want to strip the switch screws. Feels bad. Okay, more room here as well. So basically, like, I already feel the resistance when screwed in, but plate is not all the way in. So that caused some plate movement, which is super annoying. Like, one thing you could do is add some O-ring here to make it kind of burger mount. But when it's not supported, like officially, burger mount will probably make the assembly process much more complicated because the O-ring can go anywhere. Okay, it's nice and sturdy feel. Shaking that. Now with this keyboard, we have a layer of case foam that the clients get from KBD8X directly. So this is prong, right? Okay, what direction it is? This one? Or the other way? Okay. Apparently this is the direction, so it can still show all the underglow RGB if you are using PC case, and also have all the slot for reset button. But who can press the reset button without taking out the bottom case? And by time you should be able to take out the case for. So why do you need to leave the hole for your switch and reset button? Feels like not really well designed. I think it makes sense for all the underglow LED, but I don't think it makes sense for the reset button, unless people just don't know where the reset button is and you show a window of where the reset button is. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's not like you have a way to reach out the reset button directly from this angle. Like putting reset there doesn't really help. But the other ways to think about is like making alignment easier. But overall, it's still a form between the bottom case and the PCB. So alignment is not a huge deal, as long as you sandwich them between. Yeah. If I need to give recommendation back to KBD fans, try use better screws. These screws feels cheap and also don't really help with the assembling process too much. It didn't cost too much if you replace that with hex or something different. But with all the Phillips, I just don't feel like I can screw all the way in and keep the keyboard nice and fully closed without risking. Okay. Yeah, so we still have a little gap. Okay, so we got this one all the way assembled. And now we need to add the keycaps. And we're going to grab the keycaps from our lovely piggy. Another tactile switch keyboard, but gas key mount. Actually, if you want to hear the sound, I can do a quick typing sound. Yeah, it's basically the TKL size with just a little the keyboard inside. Right, interesting, huh? Where's my DMG? You keep asking, but I don't remember where my DMG goes. Yeah, you can keep asking, and hopefully one day I'm not using my GMK DMG again. But that's like, oh, okay, my Apple Watch fully charged, thank you. Yeah, sometimes I'm not too impressed with the Zeal stabilizers, and I don't even know if it's because I overlooped them or it's because they are slightly different than the Durock stabilizers, which I probably don't need to loop them too much. But reduced pinning is definitely an important part. No, I drove them. I just drove them out today, early today, to pick up something. Wow, the sound will be so much difference between these two boards. But sorry, I don't get a chance to type on this keyboard because I need the keycaps from it. Yeah, I enjoy driving my Tesla, and I do curbside pickup where I can just drive my Tesla going somewhere and get things picked up. But I didn't drive like too far because if I cannot get out of the car, driving doesn't really make any change. But I find like my window fluid is getting low, so I probably have to do survey soon. And I don't even know where my service center is, because for the past few years I've done, I don't know, like maybe 0 surveys scheduled, because I definitely had one time having concern about something and go to the service center, but that's even before I moved into this place. Yeah, I can just like drive the Tesla to New Jersey since it has autopilot. Can save some stress from me. There are a lot of people who does the countryside driving. Just travel around the city, around the states. Okay, did I turn on the music? Yeah, I forget. Okay, so this is pretty much all the keycaps we need from this piggy. The PVD brass plate, the fancy shiny plate. Okay, so remaining keycaps. Yeah, that is definitely a premium brass plate. I can remind you how much it costs. I think it costs additionally 75 bucks on top of the base kit, and you are giving up the included aluminum plate, so that's the extra price. But there are a lot of people who get that just because you don't really see that often. You don't want to miss it. You can always get some cheap material plate later, but for brass PVD, it's not like you can get it on any board, like anytime. Okay, yeah, choosing keys is always the hard part at the end. Yeah, I like all the novelty from GMK Taro. They just like right on scene, all the colorful, great combo, good for use on black keyboard. Yeah, I just don't see any time like Taro makes bad keyboard. Definitely underrated keycap sets. Okay, so this is our black KBD8X Mark II. Yeah, I already start seeing my finger oil. Yeah, I probably tried. And let's compare that with the rose gold. Okay, did I? Okay, I don't think I screwed in all the way for the rose gold. Yeah, a little bit rushed, but I think not end of the word. If you can just keep screwing a little bit more. But yeah, I definitely see the mistake there. Okay, which one would you say better looking? I mean, they are both nice. But can you imagine how TKL were like really nice that I don't really know I should get one before. I only realized like lately. Yeah, but this is the one I built last time. So probably let's go check out this keep typing test. For sure, they are both great. I don't see any reason like one is better than other. Agree. Cool. So typing test. I think the Zealios were not like just like by what I used to type. I don't think they were as clacky as Holy Panda or as deep as U4T. They are pretty muted compared to those tactile switches, but they still sound good and also feels really tactile. So let's go the typing test. Okay, so this is the KBD8X Mark II black version built with brass plate and looped Zealios V2 switches. And the keycap set I'm using here is GMK Taro R2. And here's the mod sound. So the keycap set is GMK Taro R2. And I personally, I'm not a fan of Zealios. But to be honest, they don't sound super impressive to me. But if you were talking about like the scratchiness or smoothness of the keyboard, they're definitely not on the like scratch side. But also remember, I looped them. I didn't film because they don't really need to film. But here this like huge ass spacebar. with the brass plate and the Zealios switch without platform. Yeah, probably if you bring this keyboard to your office and try to spam spacebar. Maybe that will be your last day at work. Yeah, the ARP key is always a nice one. It's just because how like empty nearby it is. I mean, sometimes people feel like it's hollow, but sometimes I feel like it has more signature on the sound. Okay, yeah, as the same procedure, I will probably type this for some days and then send back to the client. Yeah, just got back. Then one more typing test for you. And I probably have to end stream as well. But the GMK Taro, look at how nice it is with all the Taro novelty. Okay, I think there's two kinds of people in the world. One is loving the brass plate and tactile on it without platform, and another is linear switch on PC plate with platform on it. So that will be very different sound. Yeah, are you a tactile gun or linear gun? Yeah, like for Taro, I think it looks the best on black keyboard. I feel like white may not be a good fit. I mean, it's good, but it's not like better than black. And purple is always a color that people try to match the Taro on that, but sometimes like too much purple will be the problem. And black is like the default color, so that because like Taro had 3 or 4 color, so you don't want to have like a 5th color to distract you. So it's best for me to like put them on the black. And also they are pretty much like the dark one. Okay, yeah, it's really heavy, so I don't know, like really hard to put them back. I will probably just leave them here and need to grab my dinner. Okay, thank you for tuning in the stream this afternoon. Taro on PC Piggy? Yes, it will be a video coming in half an hour. Yeah, I will share in the Piggy stream, Piggy channel. Yeah, thank you for all the time spent with me on this stream, and also join anything that you were interested here. Yeah, I just like grab this Taro from the PC Piggy. So you probably miss one typing sound on that, but you know, I have a like typing video with it. Cool.